The United States announced on Tuesday it will provide an additional $90 million over the next 3 years to help Laos clear unexploded ordnance, or UXO, which has continued to kill and injure people since bombs rained down on the country during the Indochina War.
So today I'm proud to announce a historic increase in these efforts. The United States will double our annual funding to $90 million over the next 3 years to help Laos expand its work. This will help Laos expand its work to remove even more bombs.
The extra assistance was announced on Tuesday, the 6th of September, by U.S. President Barack Obama when he addressed more than 1,000 people at the National Culture Hall in Vientiane.
This will help Laos expand its work to remove even more bombs, allow Laotians to farm more land, and increase support for victims. I'll bear witness to this work tomorrow when I meet with survivors. Now, given our history here, I believe that the United States has a moral obligation to help Laos heal.
President Barack Obama reiterated that the U.S. has an obligation to help Laos clear the munitions that remain in the ground after bombing raids destroyed parts of the Southeast Asian nation. The U.S. President acknowledged that Laos is the most affected country in the world from bombs dropped by U.S. airplanes decades ago.
As one Laotian said, the bombs fell like rain. Villages and entire valleys were obliterated. The ancient plain of jars was devastated. Countless civilians were killed. And that conflict was another reminder that whatever the cause, whatever our intentions, war inflicts a terrible toll, especially on innocent men, women, children.
Many of the bombs dropped never exploded. Over the years, thousands of Lao people have been killed or injured, farmers tending fields, children playing. The wounds, a missing leg or arm, last a lifetime. That's why I've dramatically increased our funding to remove these unexploded bombs.
At the time, the U.S. government did not acknowledge America's role. It was a secret war. And for years, the American people did not know. Even now, many Americans are not fully aware of this chapter in our history, and it's important that we remember today. Over 9 years, from 1964 to 1973, the United States dropped more than 2 million tons of bombs here in Laos. More than we dropped on Germany and Japan combined during all of World War II. It made Laos per person the most heavily bombed country in history.
About 580,000 secret bombing missions were carried out over Laos. A quarter of all villages in Laos are contaminated with UXO, the impact of which is particularly visible in many of the poorest districts.
And that's why today, the United States and Laos have agreed to a new comprehensive partnership to guide and deepen our relationship for years to come. Our partnership recognizes that the Lao People's Democratic Republic is an independent, sovereign nation. The United States does not seek to impose our will on Laos. Rather, we seek a relationship based on mutual respect, including respect for your independence and your sovereignty. Our new partnership will continue to deal with the painful legacy of war. And on behalf of the American people, especially our veterans and military families, I thank the government and the people of Laos for your humanitarian cooperation as we've worked together to account for Americans missing in action. And I'm pleased that as a result of this visit, we will increase our efforts and bring more of our missing home to their families in America.
To try and keep Laos from getting mired in the Indochina War.
Although the Indochina War ended more than 3 decades ago, the bombs killed and injured about 50,000 people as a result of UXO incidents between 1964 and 2008, with many being women and children.
I want to make it clear to the American people and to all the world that all
the bombs that remain continue to have a major impact on the safety and livelihoods of rural people, diminishing their ability to cultivate crops and killing and maiming those who take the risk of working contaminated land. Unexploded ordnance has a significant effect on social and economic development as a whole, increasing the cost of the construction of schools, hospitals, and roads throughout Laos, due to the need to carry out clearance activities before work can begin.
So a universal casualty.
The money President Barack Obama pledged will be spent surveying Laos for some 80 million unexploded cluster bombs dropped during the war.
$1 per day bombing campaign. And today, few realize the real price exacted on the Lao people.